fire up.
Oh, I'm mad.
Dust the cobwebs off.
It's been a while.
Mic check 1 2.
1, 2, 3, and we're on.
Testicle 1 2. Ovaries and out.
Hey guys, and welcome to a belated episode of Charlie and Ponyo. That's Charlie. Oh my god, that was a grunt. And I'm Ponyo. We deliberately took a week off.
Yeah, that was our silent protest. There was other things happening in the world.
That's more important than our podcast.
Than doing a podcast. So
I think for me, it was a lot to take in, especially with the pandemic that we're experiencing. Well, actually, the whole of 2020. I mean, we started with fires, and then we started with a drought, and then we've got the pandemic, and now we've got the whole races.
Black Lives Matter.
Yes, I don't know when it will end, which I don't think it will ever end.
Nah.
But it's a lot to take in over the week.
Yeah.
So
it was a big week.
And can I just say to our dear listeners out there, your mental health, your well-being is more important than anything else. So for you, if you want to be quiet on a particular subject, you have the damn right to do so. You don't have to voice your opinion on social media. You don't have to express it to the whole wide world or to your 5 followers. Just like every other person I'm following thinking they're a freaking influencer, posting not constantly.
That's that.
And I'm thinking, well, look at your own backyard. Don't go preaching when you don't even associate yourself with other coloured people or other people from other hoods.
That's one of Jordan Peterson's rules for life. I think is something I'm killing it, but murdering it, but no pun intended. But make your own bed and clean your own house before you go out and tell the world how to be in order.
No, I'm with you on that. I'm 100% with you on that.
But just with what you're saying in social media, especially around the whole Black Lives Matter thing, and it was interesting, being in Australia, and then at the start of 2020, people were like climate change experts with the fires, and then the pandemic happened, and people were all of a sudden experts in friggin' biochemical and they've all got their own doctorate from all the shit that they've watched on YouTube. And now people are like, civil rights armchair activists, keyboard hacks. It's just like yawn. What's next? People just like, I get it.
I get
they
that.
They want to be part of stuff.
True,
but,
I get that we have our own opinions and not everyone would agree with us, and that's perfectly fine. And that's nothing wrong in voicing your opinion, but sometimes just shut the fuck up, people. Go on, sorry.
I'm even more militant than that, to be completely honest. I think so if we're just talking about the protests and stuff like that, that's just happened recently, I think it's probably long overdue. But I mean, if I look at the glass half full, I'd like to see that it would change things and change the world, but a lot of people are just keyboard warriors and just keyboard activists. If they really wanted to instill change, they would donate to charities, which they do, some of them do, or they would, petition their local, state, federal governments to change things, as opposed to just throwing up shit on social media, thinking that it's like that Coney stuff. Remember that they were trying to get Coney? Remember that black African warlord that was like killing kids and stuff? And it was one of those first things that trended in this is years ago.
No, I don't remember.
Coney?
No.
This was about like 10 years ago, 12 years ago.
Yeah.
And everyone changed their profile pictures to Coney.
Yeah.
And it was like, the dude's still rolling around in the African jungles, just like mutilating and killing people, just because they organised a few rallies and and then changed their Facebook and Instagram profile photos. That doesn't mean shit in the bigger scheme of things, because it does military. and the police and the fucking governments that are actually running the situation. They're the ones that are calling the shots, and they're the ones that are dictating to people. And just getting, we never said we talk about politics, did we?
No.
But here we are.
But that's the thing, though. We're actually talking about it, and I think this is I'm not saying it's the right time, but this is a period where we should be talking about certain things, and it's long overdue, like you said.
Yeah, and I think someone said it better than me, but he was like, if people are talking and they don't get heard by the government and they start yelling, if they still don't get heard by your government, you start screaming in anger, and then after that, if they don't start listening, you start throwing things. And that's really what happens.
That's what happens at home when you don't listen to me.
Yeah.
I throw a massive tantrum.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I
still don't listen. What?
Well, but honestly, what's your thoughts on all of this, babe, on the Black Lives Matters? I mean, have you ever experienced racism?
Yeah.
Oh, every bloody day.
I've had to fight for everything that I've got, you know what I mean? I had to fight really hard for it. Blood, sweat and tears all over the floor behind me. But I'm not using that as a complaint or to cry out, say, woe is me. I think it makes you a stronger, it's made me a stronger person. It's made me more an intelligent person. It's made me understand the world a lot better than seeing it through rose-tinted glasses sometimes. And I think there is a certain amount of personal responsibility. I mean, we probably talked about this on a podcast in the past 82 podcasts. Personal responsibility, intelligence, and a bit of gratitude and intelligence goes a long way in life.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? So, keep protesting. Do it violently, do it non-violent. I mean, it doesn't fucking matter.
And there's lots of ways that we can support each other. If you're financially unable to donate, there's other ways as well.
Yeah.
Talk to your parents, especially immigrant parents.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan of the looting. Like some of the looting is that's bullshit.
That's a bit extreme.
I get they want to loot a Nike shop and to get some good free shit, but don't loot like the local grocery store that's owned by people in the community that are probably coloured, you know what I mean, and they've worked their entire life. They probably immigrated and worked their asses off to get that shop, just to see get burnt down and shit like that.
No, I'm with you on that.
Go loot the Gucci's. Go loot the Apple stores. Fuck Apple.
But you can't even say that as well because they've got immigrants working for those companies
Yeah,
as well. So
yeah.
you can't win. So just don't loot, period. Full stop. Just don't do it.
I'm a bit more. You're like Martin Luther King. You take the Martin Luther King stand with that non-violence and just like preaching positivity.
You're like
I'm
Malcolm X.
And I'm
You're
just
Malcolm
like,
X.
Fucking, sometimes you got to burn shit down to get change done, and sometimes it's uncomfortable for everybody involved, but. That's what happens when you have societies that are repressing people based on colour. That shit is... that's crazy. People were selling other people for hundreds of years.
Oh, yeah.
Based on their skin colour. And then fast forward to... It's only been, 150 years since the American Civil War, where they went to war to abolish slavery. And the right people won. But there's still the Confederacy over in the US and even in our own backyard in Australia.
Yeah.
There's still underlying racism across
everywhere,
every facet of our
workplace.
System and our culture. Yeah, exactly, of our culture, and it's systemic, and it's sad and it's disgusting. And you protest or you burn it down, start again.
My favorite
I'm an anarchist at heart to be.
My favourite lines from people who don't realise they're basically low-key racist, but they say things and I know their intentions, they don't mean it in that way, but you can't help but interpret it, wow, you're such a racist and you don't even know it.
Yeah.
So for example, they'll go, oh, Ponyo, where are you from? I'm Australian. No, where are you really from? Thinking, I'm bloody born here, born and raised in Australia. What else can I be? No, what about your parents?
Yeah.
Where are they from? Oh, they're from this part of the world. Like, oh, but your English is really good. I'm like, because I was fucking born here. What do you expect? You know?
Yeah.
And they don't realise it, and I think it comes out, and you just have to really educate them, or they'll turn around and say, "Oh, Ponyo, you don't look Asian." I'm like, do I take that as a compliment, or do I slap them in the face? Because, you know, like, I don't understand. Like, I don't have to look a certain way. We all don't have to look a certain way. We're all different colours, and that's it. We're all unique. But people just need to learn to really think before they open their mouths, because it's really, really wrong when they open their mouths.
That's true. They need to think really hard. But so what's your take on it?
I
happening?
I think it's great that, well, sad in a way that it had
to get
to get to this point. I mean, this has been going for a very long time.
Similar.
Prior to, rest in peace, that Mr. Floyd that died. But this has been, it's long overdue.
Yeah, they've been...
And it felt like we were in a bubble, and it finally burst.
Yeah, because it's compounded by the whole COVID shit. I mean,
and we've been trapped at home. Not trapped at home, but at home.
Stuck inside.
Isolation for so long. People going really batshit crazy. So this is sort of their outlet, and it's sort of, I guess, good timing as well for everything. You know, we're looking at environmental changing. We're looking at the way we treat each other. I'm all for it, but not the looting.
Not the looting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And hurting each other.
Well, agree to disagree, but whatever. Sometimes you need some free shit. And plus, there's like, what is it like in the US? There's everywhere else. That's the interesting thing, is mostly around the world, except for we just saw in Britain.
Yeah.
In the US, like, it's been really violent protests in the US and in Britain, even just over the last overnight. But you've got places in Italy and Spain and Australia. I think there's 20,000 people out yesterday protesting
in Sydney. Yeah. Good on them.
And so then it just eased the COVID restrictions, and the funny thing is the courts were like, were banning the protests. They were going to ban the protests, and then the organisers were like, well, you can't fuck you. We're going to still go anyway. And then so at the last minute they overturned it, and there was 20,000 people out there, and everyone's all up in arms now saying they're idiots for protesting. What about social distance and restrictions and all that? And, you know.
It's got to happen.
Yeah.
But the beauty about everything that's happening, true colours are really coming out for certain people, and especially celebrities.
Yeah.
Yes, right?
Oh, yeah.
So celebrities are, opening up about how they feel about the Black Lives Matter. They're posting stories, images, experiences, whatever it may be. But what really happens sometimes, it backfires at them.
Yeah, true. What was the story that you were telling me?
So there's this Glee star. What's her name?
This is going off the back of shitty, stupid co-workers that, like you were saying, you know what I mean?
This is a good story, yes. So what's the celebrity name?
The chick from Glee.
Lea?
She reminds me of the cake.
Why?
Lea Michele.
What do you mean the cake? Sarah.
Isn't that a cake place? Sarah Lee or something?
Oh, yum. I wouldn't mind a slice of that.
I think they've
Lea
gone
Michele.
bankrupt.
So she posted something from...
supporting the Black Lives Matter.
But it backfired at her because her previous co-stars
one of them, yeah.
Who
was a black chick.
Yeah, basically said, you made my life a living hell while we were working together. And then all of a sudden, the floodgates opened and everyone else was just supportive of the black girl, going, yeah, actually, Lea, you were a bitch.
Yeah, extras and all the people that were working on the show were like, actually, yeah, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah. So...
and then she did an apology, right?
Well, she took a couple of days.
Yeah.
To, I guess she had to discuss with her lawyers and her people, her PR people, to figure out what the actual wording. And she posted a 3-page apology. Actually, I don't think it was a proper apology. I wouldn't accept that.
Yeah, you could picture it though, as like she would have a PR team that she'd pay, thousands of dollars for. That'd be like, all right, what do I do here? And they say, oh, well, do a public apology, and we'll help you word it and phrase it, and
and use your pregnancy as an excuse.
Yes.
Yes.
And because I actually read it the other day, and I was like, oh, interesting. She's apologizing for how it was perceived, but not the actions that she actually did. There was no real.
She didn't acknowledge her action.
Yeah, there was no apology, and she brushed it off.
Yes.
She brushed it off with her actions,
Yes.
and she apologized for the perception of what she'd done, not her actual actions to the people that
Yes.
were talking, that put her on blast.
Yes.
And that's the worst kind of apology. I think if you'd done something wrong, I would have, first thing first, I would have fired the fucking PR team. What a fucking useless bunch of fucking bellends and fucking mung beans they are. Fucking idiots. But just own it and say, look, yeah, I was young, I was a cocky idiot, and I treated people badly, but I'm a mother now, and I'm going to try and be a better person. As opposed to some rambling 3-page thing, and it's just a dumpster fire of straight out of a shit cannon. You shit into a cannon and then shoot the cannon, and that's what you get.
Karma is a bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you this. If any of my previous co-workers, some that I don't like, come on, you can't like everyone. If they went on social media and started talking about how wonderful they are and what they're doing for humanity, oh yeah, I'll bring them down. I would shoot them hell down as well. Bring them back down to earth.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if I would.
Just let them think that they're a king shit and thinking that what they're doing and how they're behaving is appropriate?
No,
how they will not learn?
No. Because I think of it as, so going back to the karma thing, I think karma will just get them at the end of the day.
I hope so.
And I think, for me personally speaking, I think if you just do you and just have fun doing you, and if someone's a bully and they're a fuckwit, that's their problem. They have to live with themselves at the end of the day. You know what I mean? They're the ones that have to go to sleep at night. At the end of the day, it's a waste of my energy to even even have an inch of thinking about their bullshit or wasting my energy.
Nah, I'm bringing them down.
You bringing them down?
I'm bringing them down.
Yeah, you're a revenge. You're a revenge is a dish best served cold kind of girl.
Oh yeah, icy cold.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You're ruthless, man.
Yeah.
So you don't loot, but you are revengey.
Yeah, I don't loot.
You don't loot.
Ponyo does not loot.
Still from stores.
That was when I was young. I apologise. I've learnt from that. Taking a page out of Leah's apology booklet. But now I'm a better person. I'm learning.
No, but oh man, we've all had shitty co-workers that just passive aggressive bullies. I just don't think it's worth.
There's a couple ways of dealing with that, right? One is to confront them, right? Mm-hmm. Two, you pack your bag and you move on.
Yeah.
And most of the time, from my experience, it's the latter that I do, because the option one, to go through that process with HR and facing up to them, like you said, mentally. And it's draining. Yeah. It's draining, right? You go home, it's going to be still with you for the rest of your life. They may get away with it, they may not, but you still have to live with that. So the second option is just to really find another job and go. Yes, it's a coward move, but sometimes it's better for your energy.
Yeah, I don't think
for your mental state.
I don't think it's a coward move. I think your life is what you make it. Your life is ending 1 minute at a time. If you're in a space or in a place, rhyming. If you're in a space or in a place that doesn't suit you or is negatively affecting your human residence, shoot that one in, then you've got the choice to stay and deal with it, or go find something better. And more I think more power to you for going. and finding something better, because life's too short to have to deal with shit like that. So let them stand on the shoulders of giants. But I mean, they're usually the type of people that they don't care about who they shit on when climbing up the ladder, but those same people are the ones that they see when they are falling back down the ladder, and like an elephant, they never forget. I like elephants.
They're beautiful. Beautiful creatures.
That's my go-to soul animal on land.
Elephants? Really?
Yeah. In the water, it's a dolphin.
Yeah. That's true.
What's your spirit animal?
I don't know. I was supposed to have one.
I don't know.
Never thought about that.
Gotta have a spirit animal. Otherwise, you're sleepwalking through life.
Oh, God, talking about sleepwalking.
What?
What happened to you last night?
Too many tequilas. What?
So, Charlie went out last night.
Yeah.
I stayed
Restrictions
home.
are over.
Not
Or
over,
they're
they're lifted.
Yeah,
lifted.
so
Some of them have been lifted. So you went out last night, and
got a bit loose,
which was
get
great
down.
for me because I had a bit of me time. So I'm in bed. You came crawling home. I don't know what time it was. You came crawling into bed. Prancing.
Pranced in through the door. I don't prance, by the way.
You were asleep. You knocked out within seconds of hitting your head on the pillow. And I think it was around 1:30 in the morning. I hear you get up and you proceed to walk. It looks like you're walking towards the door. However, the door's on the other side of the room. But you went in the opposite direction. You had your hand on the wall. And I'm like, Charlie, what are you doing? You're like, I'm going to the toilet. I'm like, dude, the toilet's not in the bedroom. You're nowhere near the door. And you're like, oh. So then I started panicking because I wasn't worrying about you. I was more worried the fact that you were going to yank out your penis and start peeing in the bedroom, and that I would have to clean it up. I was more concerned about that.
Nah.
So I got up. I'm like, dude, the bathroom's that way. And you're like, okay. So then I followed you just to make sure you actually peed in the toilet.
And not just in the cupboard or something.
And not in the cupboard or somewhere. And you did. I'm thinking, oh, thank God. And to make sure that you wash your hands because of COVID-19.
Did I flush?
You did. No. Did you? No, I don't think you did.
Oh, didn't I?
No, I did.
You flushed for me?
Yeah. So you washed your hands and you went back
That's
in.
your good little ponyo.
But I don't think... You were actually
Did I go
sleepwalking.
straight back to sleep?
Yes, you did.
Was I talking? What was I saying?
You were not normal, but babe, you were sleepwalking.
I-
And I don't think I've ever seen you like that.
Well, I don't think I've ever sleepwalked.
That what you
Sleepwalked?
did last night. That was the first for everything, and last night was the first.
I think it was a dream. I think you
No.
were just having like some weird ass dream.
No way. But that was so funny.
Are you sure?
Yes. Anyhow, something else I want to talk about
Yeah, what?
before we.
Yeah.
I think that it's great. I know we're going back to this topic, but just quickly, we're protesting. We've got the whole COVID thing, but you know what else is pretty extraordinary that's happened recently?
What's that?
Oh, babe, space. Hey, let me just tell you this. I'm not into space. I'm not into movies that's got to do with space. But this is pretty awesome. SpaceX, right? So they launched two guys, Bob and Doug,
Good old Bob and Doug.
into this little capsule, tiny capsule, which you can watch on YouTube.
The dragon capsule.
The dragon capsule with the little sleek, glittery dinosaur, soft toy dinosaur on the inside, to the Russian space station.
Oh, the International Space Station. Yeah, they docked. Yeah, so it was a private company.
Yes.
Docked with the International Space Station
And this happened at the same time as all the rights. And can I just say,
it was so...
that's such a massive milestone in history.
Yeah.
And I get that Black Lives Matters. Yes, that's a massive stepping stone for mankind. But this is just as incredible.
Yeah.
Because can I just say, Doug and Bob, smart guys. Because they left the planet at the right time.
At the right time.
Because I'm like, I want to help on that flight too. I don't want to be living on this ugly earth.
Oh, Calm down.
Well, it's a bit nasty, this Earth.
Nah.
But Bob and Doug,
Bob and Doug were cool.
they're cool
I
guys.
just like the SpaceX. Elon Musk hat tip to him.
Yeah,
Because
well done.
he's doing something that the fucking governments can't even bring their ass to do.
Well done.
Use cool looking spacesuits. The interior looks like it should. Like you ever seen like those NASA space shuttles? It just looks like there's junk everywhere. There's like pipes and all types of computers, systems, all like with their motherboards out. But in SpaceX, it's all nice, clean, white. You got like these touch screens right in front of you.
They've gone for the minimalist.
Yeah, but it's like it's what it should. Like, you see all that type of stuff in like science fiction movies, and then you get NASA's bullshit, and then Elon Musk has changed the game, so it looks like a winner to me.
So apparently the selection criteria to firstly become an astronaut is crazy, right? The criteria is just like long. And then to be selected to go to launch Dragon, SpaceX, into space. Can you imagine the criteria for that as well? So you need a certain degree, you need X amount of work experience, you need to be a certain height, you need to have version 2020 vision, this and that. I'm like, oh my god, that's insane. But yes,
This track's insane.
oh, I like it.
But yeah, that's us done.
Yes,
Good to be back.
yeah. Be good to each other, guys.
Yeah, be
we're
real good to each other.
We're all fighting our own battles. Yeah, we're all in it together. So hang in there. We'll get through this.
Have a
Hopefully,
great week.
Earth will be a better place to live in.
Hell yeah.
Take care.